morning and welcome to KidNuz, generously sponsored by the Shaw Lipbolts of Arlington, Virginia. Cyrus and Isla, your parents want to give you a big shout out for being adventurous, kind, brave, and curious, all of which are pretty awesome adjectives, and they hope you stay amazing. I'm Kim. Today is Thursday, February 16th, 2023. And we begin with a spring training like no other as baseball players speed test the league's new rules. Rather than wait until the first pitch of the season, the MLB decided to adopt the changes as teams begin practice this week so everyone has time to get used to the game's new pace. They include a pitch timer allowing only 30 seconds between batters and 15 to 20 between pitches, shift restrictions for field players, and bigger bases, now 18 instead of 15 inches on each side. At a press conference Tuesday, MLB executives demonstrated the rules for reporters and said they will produce a faster and more entertaining form of this sport that no one has ever seen before. But according to The Athletic, spring training may look a little messy as players and umpires adjust. Barney is back, but you might not recognize him. Toy company Mattel announced early this week that it is relaunching the 1990s Dancing Purple Dinosaur as an animated series with a modern twist. According to the Washington Post, old Barney and his chubby cheeks are gone. He now has a more angular look, and the public isn't happy. Barney still has the large green belly and bright yellow toenails, but his face is now thinner with glowing green rather than brown eyes. On Twitter, fans and critics are using a Not My Barney hashtag to complain. Mattel officials have said only that they are excited to introduce Barney to a new generation, and that his message of love and kindness has stood the test of time. It's party time in Brazil, where the Carnival in Rio de Janeiro is set to kick off tomorrow. The annual festival is considered the biggest carnival in the world, with about 2 million people per day filling the streets, attending glamorous balls, and parading with choreographed dances and elaborate costumes. Samba schools, which are groups of neighbors and friends who attend Carnival together, compete for awards with samba dances, floats, and decorations. Carnival began in the 1600s when the Greeks held festivities to honor the gods. Romans later adopted the tradition before it was eventually introduced to Brazil and influenced by Africans who introduced the samba dance in the early 1900s. Carnival 2023 lasts from tomorrow through next Saturday, the 25th. It's movie night at the White House tonight as the Bidens host a screening of the movie Till. The White House press secretary says the couple rarely host screenings, but are doing so to send a strong message of their support for Black History Month and to lift this movie up and make sure that his story continues to be told. The film features the real-life story of Mamie Till Mobley and her fight for justice after the racially motivated attack on her son Emmett in 1955. Last year, President Biden signed the nation's first ever law to prevent such crimes in Emmett Till's name. According to the Chicago Sun-Times, the cast of the film, the family of Emmett Till, students, civil rights leaders, historians, and families of victims of hate crimes have all been invited to the screening. Next time you reach for that cup of noodles, reach carefully. A study out of the University of Chicago found that almost a third of childhood burn injuries are caused by the hot liquids in instant noodles. The average age of those at risk might be your little brother and sister's age, a little over 5, which researchers say is when kids might try to prepare them but may not be able to do so safely. The study's authors encourage all kid chefs to have a parent or older sibling nearby just in case. According to CNN, microwaves with child-resistant doors should be available for sale starting in March, which may help keep some kids safe from kitchen mishaps. That's it for KidNuz. Now today's KidNuz quiz. According to new baseball rules, how long is the pitch timer between batters? 30 seconds. What color will Barney's eyes be in his new comeback series? Glowing green. What is the name of the movie being screened at the White House tonight? Till. How many childhood burn injuries did a study find are caused by instant noodles? Almost a third. In today's Kid News Kicker, the lengths people will go to, not for a cup of noodles, but for a cup of tea. The Huashan Tea House sits atop one of China's highest peaks, Mount Hua, and manages to attract nearly 1 million visitors a year, despite the treacherous trek to get there. According to Great Big Story, the journey begins with a 20-minute cable car ride, followed by a hike up steep, uneven terrain and across narrow paths along a high cliff. The reward? A cup of fragrant, bitter, thirst-quenching tea, 6,562 feet up, with beautiful views. The tea house sits next to a temple that has existed more than 1,000 years, where people can pray and ask for good fortune. How do they get all that tea up there? Human porters who literally carry the supplies on their shoulders. They say there is a Taoist saying that drinking tea is akin to tasting life. Thanks again to the Shaw Lipbolts and Best Pup Athena for underwriting today's episode. And a big roar to Cyrus and Isla and their teachers, Ms. Kingsley and Ms. Middleton, and all the Barrett Tigers in Arlington, Virginia. Shout-outs are also in order for our Kid News classrooms, including Mr. Ludwig's Polson Pirates from Polson Middle School in Polson, Montana, Ms. Squire's Thunder at the Pegasus School in Huntington Beach, California, Mr. Bradley's students at W.W. Kaiser Elementary in Kirkwood, Missouri, whose motto is, "You'll never walk alone," and to Illinois for Mrs. Duggar's Warriors at Ewing Grade School in Ewing, and Mr. Timothy's Purple and Yellow at Belvedere South Middle School in Belvedere. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share Kid News with all your friends and family. And we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.